Alright. Um, well, it's been sitting in my queue for a while, but I guess I didn't want it to be over because we're winning so much now. Um, the game against Morrok, he surrendered. So, let's take a look at it and see the score sheet, see the good what units really excelled, and just take a look at the overall battlefield. Um, let's see. Wanna come up, Naruto? Oh, he didn't even. I was kind of hoping he'd actually tacked into it, and we got to see what it kind of really looked like. Um, but he just immediately did not like the looks of it and surrendered. um, well, the top units, apparently the Stug, 10 kills, 270 points, never took a hit. I guess it's that one. Yeah. One of the big guns, never took a hit. Another one of the Stugs here. Never took a hit. 50, all the artillery. Here's the special artillery, right? And then that's a pretty good group of mountain troops. 14 kills, 300 prestige value. Only took 4 losses. That's a good kill to death ratio. Another mountain troop up here. See these mountain troops sloshing back and forth, really scoring great points. One of the scout bikes scored 210 points, 211. That must have been the one hitting the artillery. Um, oh, a buck pioneer. Wow, look at that. That's punching above its weight. One of the Panzer 3J, the only tank to make it up here. It didn't really do that much down there, but it did enough. Now some of the these guys that really kind of took a lot of losses. So on the bottom of the list, we got that Panzer 4G. God, I mean, sure, I mean, if you look at the ratio, he killed 15 units, and he only took 6 losses. But those 6 losses cost 264, and he only killed 174. That's why tanks are good, but they're too expensive. Um, here's some scouts that just trading back and forth. A mountain guy that got beat up, normal infantry. Here's the other Panzer IV. Took 8 points of damage, only dished out 12. Yeah. One of the pioneers here. So, I mean, everybody did a pretty good job. Like, most things punched at their weight or above. Um, let's look. Let's look at the battlefield. Um, so yeah, in the north, he's just got this half strength, 4 strength unit. There's not much he can do with it. This is where he had most of his play, but we can see now that he's almost all played out. He's just got one group of SMG infantry, a half strength T-34. He's got a decent artillery force, I guess. Three of the older the small 76.2, but he doesn't have much infantry, right? There's an almost dead infantry, another almost dead infantry, a half dead infantry, one good infantry back here that's just conscripts, one good infantry here that's just good conscripts. He just doesn't have a front line anymore, but we do though. We've got, three separate almost full strength mountain troops. We've got like a half dead or almost dead mountain troop over here, but it's well supported with some bikers. Um, so pretty much everywhere along our front line we're strong. Um, and there's really just not much resistance he can put up anymore. And in the south, kind of a similar situation. I mean, he's got a couple of big guns and he's got a couple of tanks that are pretty good, and he's got some guards and three sets of conscripts, but it's really not that big of a force to push through us, right? It's not enough. And it has to be spread out on two different fronts. So he just doesn't really have much play in the south either, and he doesn't have, much play in the north. So this is just a slow deterioration of his line. Now, if he were to play it out and try to play a defense, see if he could hold out for 15 more turns. I don't think he's going to hold out for 15 more turns. I think if you were to play this out, we just need to get these three last victory hexes. Um, Give it another 7 turns. Um, so probably by turn 17, maybe turn 15. Maybe you could collapse this in 5 turns. But I'd say yeah, give this another 5 more grueling turns and he might be dead. So, you know, do we really need to see that? Probably not. Um, and he definitely didn't want to go through it. So, but yeah, this is definitely the conclusion to the match. Um, he had an interesting attack over this bridge that caused a problem, but it just wasn't powerful enough and it didn't have enough punch to break my advancement. It just slowed it and delayed it. And in the center, you know, that was just a collapse. I don't remember meeting too much resistance. It was kind of sporadic. And then in the south was kind of weird. We fought along this road here, and I repositioned things from the south. And in the beginning, the south was won very quickly because we ambushed them before they were able to get set up really, and we busted up like a T-34, and then that just completely collapses his whole line there. Um, so yeah, this was an interesting buy. I don't know if it kind of did its job. It didn't really do much, and it was I mean, it was a close game, right? It was a close game because we were always short on prestige. We're always low on prestige. We're not at our max slots. We bought weird things like this just to fill the gap. You know, we've got some interesting things up there. Some of our tanks really took a beating. Some of his tanks really took a beating. It was a good back and forth. Um, and we definitely misplayed, I think, the position of the AT Stugs. I think it could have been a little bit better, but it kind of worked out in the end, I guess. Um, so yeah, I mean that's really it for our little exhibition match. Um, and yeah, let's take a look at some more stuff. later. But yeah, I'm gonna submit it and see you all around.